Ladies and gentlemen, you got to come back with me. We're going back to the past. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am JMW19. I hope you guys liked the last reviews that I did. They were the WWE belts and, of course, the unboxing of the Roman Reigns and the Stone Cold Steve Austin plates. During this review, I want to give a shout out to one of my newest subscribers, and this is going out. This shout out's going out to. I hope I'm saying your name right, and if I'm not, I am very sorry if I do say it wrong. This shout out goes out to Jeanette Megat. I'm going to put it in the chat here. This is her name. This shout out goes out to this person here. So she's my newest subscriber. So a big shout out to her. So why don't we get to the review? We have a big list here today. I mean, like literally right over here on my lap, right beside my laptop. I got a lot of Back to the Future thing. As you see, I'm already pumped. You know, you can already see I'm already pumped. I got my now. I did go to the Fan Expo in 2018. As you can see right here, it says, you know, right there, right on my shirt. And I even got this little cool keychain with it too. I actually bought when you go to like Comic Cons and stuff like that, you actually get what's called the welcoming gift, the welcoming package, which you now sadly you got to pay for it. You do have to pay for it. It's not like hand me down. You got to pay for it. I think I paid like $30 to $20 for the set. So it came with the keychain. It came with this, which is really nice. But enough talk. Let's get to the review. First on the agenda, everybody was always asking me. They're like, now if you saw the thumbnail, you'll be seeing a thumbnail at the end of this live feed. You'll see the thumbnail of what I'm holding in my hand. Let's get right to that, shall we? Da, 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 da. Yes, folks, you're seeing correctly. This is the Diamond Toys Back to the Future DeLorean. Now, right now it's in demo mode. So that cool light effect you just saw, that was the tryout mode. So on the back here, now people have said to me that this is the Mr. Fusion. This is not the Mr. Fusion. Because the Mr. Fusion would have been right here. Now, as you can see, this is the Back to the Future Part 1 model car. Now, let me show you the box that it came in. Just give me a second. So here's the box that the car came in. Now, not to be confused with the box, I know it says Back to the Future Part 2. Now, I'm a big fan of Diamond Toys, and that's why I got this one. I got this at the Fan Expo. I paid I would say about $129 for this thing. Very good price. But a little bit of a downer about the box is you really should have put down Back to the Future, not Part 2. Because, as you can see, excuse me, yes, I had my coffee recently, so that's why I'm burping and hiccuping. Sorry about that. But as you can see, this DeLorean model is this model is literally the Back to the Future Part 1. And how you can tell is because if you look right here, this is where Doc Brown would have put the plutonium, right in here. The Mr. Fusion on the Model 2 would be like this. It'd be up a bit more. So this is just the button you press. So as you can see, when you press the button, it does that cool light up effect. Now, just like most toy cars that are about this big, yes, the doors and that open, as you can see. You can open the door, you can look inside. I wouldn't recommend putting any of your action figures in here because most toy action figures are a bit bigger, but it is pretty cool that the doors can open and all that. Now you're probably wondering, well, how do you get the headlights and everything to light up? Well, under the hood here, as you can see when I lift it up, you'll see a little switch there. Right now the switch is on tri mode. What you want to do is switch that over like this. Okay, you switch it over to now play mode. You close the hood like this. Yeah, sometimes the hood's a little fidgety. I sometimes have to fidget around with it just to get it to close properly. All right, there we go. All right, now the car is in play mode. Check this out now. Now when I press the button, and even the back, now in the middle there, that's the flux capacitor, which makes time travel possible. Like Doc Brown said, without the flux capacitor, time travel would not be possible. Now the back of the car even lights up too. Check this out. So if you see where the vents are, watch. That is so cool, huh? Now this is a little bit tricky to show in the camera, but I'll try to do my best. So if you look inside, I'm going to try and turn it around as best I can. So look right there on the dashboard. You'll see the time circuit there. Watch. See the time circuits come on and everything? It's so cool. And if you look in the back of the car there, you'll see the flux capacitor. Watch. There it is. See it right there? That is so cool. So the car does light up and everything, and it has a lot of cool features. I definitely do say if you do have the money in that, I would definitely recommend getting this. This thing is so cool, and especially the lights and everything. But I definitely would not recommend putting it, like, I would recommend if you do have this, keep it in the box, because things like this, like the rear mirrors and all these little small little pieces, if bent or broken, they will snap off easily. So even though it's like a good $100+, but still you don't want to, have this out. So I keep mine in my box, but for the review, I took it out. Oh, it's gonna time travel. Here we go. Watch, ready? Here we go. It's gonna go off screen in 3, 2, 1. That was so cool. Hey, just went, All right, so that was the DeLorean. Now let's get to the next thing. It's so small, but it's a great collector piece, and I kept it in the package. Behold the Hot Wheels Flying DeLorean collector piece. It was hard to find these. Now, people have said you can find them at your local dollar stores, because yes, in case there's any Americans watching, I know you guys don't have Dollaramas like we do in Canada. Some of you guys do, but some local dollar stores, I would definitely try to find this. If you do find this, I recommend buying it. But one of the things I would also recommend is please, 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 please do not take these out of the package. I've heard people take them out of their packages and they're like, oh, but they're so cool to play with. It's not a collector piece if you take it out of the package, my friend. So I got this at the Fan Expo as well, and it's a really nice collector piece. Definitely something to hold on to. And as you can see, it is the Flying DeLorean. Like, look on the bottom. See the wheels? See, there's 2 sets of wheels on the bottom there. Sorry about the glare. See, there's the side wheels there that are flipped up, and then there's wheels that makes it roll. But still, do not take it out of the package. All right, the next thing I'm going to show, I got this at the 2019 Comic-Con. And this shout out, when I show this on the live feed, this shout out goes out to my good buddy and pal who I've sat in his DeLorean not once, not twice, 3 times now I've sat in his DeLorean. Ken Kapolowaski, if you're hearing this live feed and you ever do come across it, this shout out goes out to you. I got this from Ken Kapolowaski. If you can get your hand on this, I recommend it. It is the Mr. Fusion car adapter charger. This thing is awesome. Whenever me and my friends would go to a WWE live event show, I would bring this with me in the car that we went into, so I can keep my iPhone charged up and all that, because especially when you're traveling, it is a bitch when your phone starts dying, isn't it? And you're like, oh my God, I can't charge my phone. This thing will save your life. I recommend it. I paid about $50 for this thing. So if you can find one of these, I highly recommend to get this. This is so cool. I would take it out of the package, but it's really tough to put back into the package. But as you can see, it's Mr. Fusion right there. And this thing actually lights up. It actually lights up when it's plugged in. It's so amazing. Really amazing. I recommend you do get your hands on this. Next thing on the review, this is a merchandise, but you can't really go and pick one up unless you actually meet the guy. But I was very honored not to meet him just once. I met this guy twice. So, and if he's watching, I do want to give a shout out to Christopher Lloyd. I want him to know that we did that Back to the Future event on Second Life, and it was phenomenal. We did the Back to the Future clock tower reenactment, and it was so amazing. So, lo and behold, I am holding in my hand right here the autograph photo of Christopher Lloyd. I'm so glad I got to meet him. I even got to shake his hand, and he is an amazing guy. If you ever do get a chance to meet him, I highly recommend go and talk to him. He is a nice person. He's also the same guy who played that creepy villain named Judge Doom. Yes, he scared the fucking crap out of me when I was a kid. He's a really nice guy. I mean it. He's phenomenal. He's awesome. Now, to all you gamblers out there, when it was 2015, all right, when it was 2015, I do. Hey, speaking of the shout out person, here she is right here. Hey, Jeanette, I did a shout out for you at the beginning of the live feed. So again, we want to give a shout out. This is all for you, because you wanted me to do this live feed, so I'm doing it now. I just did do the DeLorean. I'm now reviewing. To all you gamblers out there, if back in 2015, if you went to a secondary antique store and you picked this up, you better not have screwed up our future. No, don't worry, folks. As you can see, it only goes up to the year 2000. So, no offense, this sports almanac is useless to us in today's future because it is now the year 2020. This book only goes up to the year 2000. So, if you were able to go back in the past and gamble, you might screw up the future like Biff Tannen did. Now, I got this book with a package. So let me show you what the package was that I got. So I bought the sports almanac and I got the flyer. Okay, as you can see, save the clock tower. Save the clock tower. How can we? It's already 2020. Clock tower has been fried for like 64 years now. And yes, now I wouldn't highly recommend this, but I saw this on the back of the flyer and I thought it was actually kind of funny. See, when I collected these things, I didn't know that it actually came with Jennifer's phone number. You can probably see it there in the camera. Like literally, it's an actual replica. See, like when I saw that, I'm like, is this for real? but I keep this in the sports almanac so it doesn't get damaged. Now, I am not showing you what's in this book because I'm sorry, I could get flagged for it. So in the package, when I got the sports almanac, I also got the included Ooh La La magazine that Mr. Strickland had in his office. I'll tell you right now, I did look in this book, and yes, I was scarred. I'm like, good thing MGM Studios did not allow that content on the movie. Yes. I would not look through this book if you have it. It's a nice collector's to go along with the sports almanac, but I would not recommend looking in it. I mean, literally, if you want to see what's in the book, I recommend you get it yourself. But I'm not showing. Sorry. Now, just like in the actual Back to the Future movie, there is that cool little feature with the sports almanac. It does come with a cover on it. I'll show you. You could actually take the cover of the book off, and just like what Mr. Strickland did, you can do that with the Ooh La La. Just to demonstrate for you guys, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like I said, again, I'm not going to actually I'm not going to actually show you guys what's in the Ooh La La because, like I said, it's very damaging. It'll scar you. But what you can do with the cover of the sports almanac is exactly what Mr. Strickland did with the cover. Because See, this is how in the movie it showed how the teacher was able to get away with this. Because in today's world, if teachers of today's world were to do that today, if they had these kind of magazines in schools, they'd be in big doo-doo. Well, now you're probably wondering, now let me see if you folks can figure out which almanac in my hand is the real almanac. So start shouting out now on this live feed. Which one do you think is the real sports almanac? You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you said this one, you're correct. Because unfortunately, the one on the other side is the Ooh La La. So see what I mean? In other words, you could put this cover on any small book like this, and people will think, yes, I got the sports almanac. I got the. Ah, man, it's the fake one. Real one's right here. But I do keep the cover on the actual sports almanac because I do like how it has that double edged cover. I do like that. It's pretty amazing. So that's the sports almanac. But let me just put this all back together because I like keeping my almanac together with the stuff inside of it. So that way I know where the stuff is. Yeah, putting the cover back on the sports almanac can be a pain in the butt too, actually. All right, there we go. Back on there now, I think. Let me just check, make sure. Just making sure I got the cover back on before we continue. Yep, back on there. All right, good. Goody. All right, we only have one more thing to review, and then sadly, you know, this review will be over. We're already at 17 minutes, and good news, I don't have to do a 3-part series. When you guys watched my last review for the WWE, my camera on. Hey, it's my brother Kevin. Hey, Kev, what's up there, bro? But anyway, sadly and unfortunately, in my last review, my webcam kept freezing up. But we do only have one more item to share today on this live feed, and you guys are going to be shocked at what you're about to see in my hands. I will say this right now. I am so happy to have these sitting in my lap. Yes, they're sitting in my lap right now. If you ever get a chance to meet the guy that I shouted out earlier, Ken Kapilowski, he is very famous for having a lot of the Back to the Future merchandise as well. Ken Kapilowski not only owns a replica DeLorean that he converted into the time machine, but he also has these. Sitting in my lap, I have the replica newspapers that were in the Back to the Future movie. You can see it, folks, right there. Look at this. I'm literally holding the newspaper that the clock tower was struck by lightning at 10:04 at literally at 10:04 p.m. That's only one newspaper though. I have a ton more. I even have the one where Doc Brown was commended for his inventions. I have that one. This newspaper is now. If you guys ever watched Back to the Future Part 2, this newspaper was when Biff Tannen corrupted the original 1985. It was an alter 1985. This newspaper says that Doc Emmett Brown was committed into an insane asylum because they thought he was insane. Now this one we didn't see in the film, but it must have been in the film because obviously these newspapers wouldn't have been created. But I have this one here. I don't recognize it, but if anyone in the live feed, if you do recognize this newspaper, you can just let me know what part in the movie it was showing. But I do have this one too. I don't remember what scene it was from though, but I got that one too. Now this one might upset a lot of Back to the Future fans because when I saw this newspaper, I was like, "Damn!" Apparently, the Emmett Brown estate was burned to the ground by Biff Tannen rioters. That was a lovely house. A lovely house indeed. Luckiest man on earth? My ass. That's Biff Tannen. That's because he stole the sports almanac. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for him stealing the sports almanac, then the world wouldn't have been messed up. But that's what happens when you do time traveling, folks. That's why it's good that we don't have time traveling today. I'd really hate to mess up the future. Oh, look at that. The dum-dum actually won again. Gee, I wonder why he won again. I'm wondering why he won. Now, here's a little Easter egg for you folks. Now, I don't know if my camera will show you guys, but let's see if I can do this. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Now, if you look right there, what is that in Biff's pocket? Want to know what it is? I'll give you a big clue. He had this thing. He was using this to gamble because every horse he betted on is in here. The horse races that Biff won on is all in his book. All he had to do was open the book like this and say, I bet on that horse. And he won. But yep, I have that newspaper where Biff won again. Now, this newspaper is based on the first movie. This guy says he claims he saw a flying saucer, but really it was just Marty McFly in his yellow radioactive suit and crashed into the barn. Wow. I didn't know I had that newspaper. Apparently, George McFly was honored. This was the newspaper that was when Biff Tannen corrupted 1985. I'm so sorry to say, but George McFly was murdered. That was sad. And then the last newspaper that I have is this one. That's the last newspaper I have from the Hill Valley newspaper. But yeah, definitely if you ever do meet Ken Kapilowski, which is the guy who I bought all these from. I bought all of these cool merchandise mostly from him. But let me show you it again because I know a lot of people that are just coming into this live feed now. I'm going to show it again so that people can see it. It's a really cool collector piece that I have. I'm just putting all these newspapers back in order. I have them in order so that way people can see them when they come over to my place and visit. I have them on in a good order that I like to keep them in. Just give me 1 second here. Only got 2 hands. Just letting everybody know, Kevin Walsh is actually my biological RL brother. He's my oldest brother, and he's a funny guy. He's awesome. Hey, he's right there. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm going to show this again to everybody since some people are coming in to the live feed now. I'm only going to show this one quick item again because, like I said, the review is now over. It's been a very good long video. I think, and I mean literally, it's a pretty good long video. But I'm going to show these few things again. As you guys saw, I do have the Sports Almanac, just to show that again. See? So I do got the Sports Almanac. Yes, and again, to those who are coming in, yes, I do have the Ooh La La. I don't recommend opening this unless you want to be scarred, like I said. And I have the Save the Clock Tower flyer here with Jennifer's phone number on the back. I wouldn't recommend calling it. It might not be in service. And again, like I said, I have the collectible Hot Wheels flying DeLorean. Again, do not take this out of the box. Do not take it out. It's a collector piece. I don't recommend you taking that out. And again, if you ever get a chance to meet this actor, I recommend meeting him. I have Christopher Lloyd's signed autograph right here, and that's him hanging on the clock tower when lightning was about to strike it. I highly recommend meeting this guy. He's really, really nice. Really nice fella. And again, for all you car travelers out there that like to travel in your cars, if you have a dying phone on you, I recommend looking for this. The Mr. Fusion car adapter. It'll charge your phone up, and this thing actually lights up. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I paid $50 for this. I paid $50 to Ken Kapilowski, and it works nicely. I recommend it. It definitely works. So we're going backwards now in my review for those who came in at the end, so that way you guys can see this. But as you guys can see, I do have this. This was the big this was the big part of the review right here. The Back to the Future Diamond Toys DeLorean. And again, as you can see, the doors can open. You can see inside the car. Very nice detailing inside the car. Again, I don't recommend you putting any action figures in this car. Do not put any action figures in there. I don't recommend that because they might not fit. Now, how you turn the car, right now this is in demo mode. It's called demo, as you can see. But to turn it on to play mode, you open up the hood right here, and there's a switch right here. So we're going to switch that over to actual play mode so that you guys can now see how the car will look when it's in play mode. All right, here we go. Here's play mode. And yes, even the back lights light up too. I paid $129 for this, and it's a definite nice collector piece. Now, again, I did do this in the other video. I'm going to try to show you guys the inside here so you can see the dashboard. So let me just try and turn this camera around here. So look inside there. You'll look at the dashboard there. It lights up. So everything lights up on the inside too. All right. Everyone say goodbye to the DeLorean. It's going to travel back in time and head off the camera. Here we go. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. So I hope you all enjoyed this, half an hour review. I know normally a review should not take half an hour, but hey, I had fun with it. I hope you all had fun with it. I might do another review on more of my collections because, like, I have, as you can see around my place here, like if you look over here to my left, I have an audience here. Yes. Oh, look, the Mario Brothers. I'm old school. Yes. I might do that review as well. Like I do have. Let me show you right here. I do have a really cool review I might do next weekend. I might actually review this. I actually have this. It's sitting over there. It's all hooked up right now. I will review this in a future video because I'm definitely going to do this review next time. So next review, I'm going to review the NES Classic, and then I will also do the Super Nintendo Classic. And so, again, like I said, this ends the review of the Back to the Future stuff. So I will see you guys hopefully in the next review. And again, I'm saying this in every ending of my videos because I want Markiplier to see this. I really want Markiplier to see me on YouTube. So I want to thank all of my viewers and subscribers. Please hit subscribe, like, and comment in the comments. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. So, and as always, I will see you all in the next video. I love you all, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye!